So anyway, we've been talking about sibling fights.
Oh, nice.
And Matt and Jules had a story. If anyone else wants to call, that number is 609-891-8896.
And a penis. To be a man, you must have honor, and a penis.
Robin Slim Show.
Robin Slim Show.
I thought you were one of the people that I was calling out. I was like, somebody got balls.
Somebody grew pair.
No, but yeah, this is our buddy Matt calling back, and I wanted him to tell his story. He had a sweet story that happened with his brothers. He told me once.
Oh yeah, so what had happened was I was the youngest out of my I had two older brothers, and I'm the youngest. I'm the baby boy.
That's exactly how it is for me.
And so, I mean, it was good being young at some points because of my life. Because whenever we get in trouble, I would get in trouble. They would get in trouble. And it wouldn't be me. I would get away with shit a lot.
Yeah.
But it had its down points because I was the youngest, so I was the most naive, I guess. And there was one time I had to have the drawing on the walls. I love drawing on the walls. I don't know what it was. And nothing like I would be drawing today. I wouldn't be drawing like balls and stuff on the wall. But
do like stick figures.
Stick figures.
House, a car somewhere, something like that.
This is my family.
I might write out the words, like
fire
my
truck,
mom's a cunt or something,
Fuck.
Anyway, it was one day, my mom had just painted the walls, and she had already yelled at me for writing on the walls and stuff, and she repainted the walls and everything. They looked good and everything. And I think my mom and dad had probably went out to the supermarket and left my older brother in charge of us. Well, the one in the middle between us, he's a smart ass, and I kept looking at the walls, and he told me, he was like, she painted those walls so you can start over. She can, get back to drawing. And, she didn't like the other work. She wants you to keep going and keep doing your stuff. So I looked at her, I was like, really? That's it? That's why she repainted them? My brother was like, yeah, she repainted them so she can do new stuff. So my mom gets home. It had to be like an hour later. My mom gets home from the store, and there's shit all over the wall. And I mean, my brother doesn't miss a beat. My mom's like, "Who did it?" My brother, I'm talking right after she said it. She was Matt. He ratted me out so fast. I mean, like Henry Hill didn't rat these motherfuckers as fast as I got ratted out, man. I mean, I got ratted out so goddamn fast, and my mom clobbered the shit out of me because she had just been like. I don't even know how much pain it is, but she spent a fuck ton of money to get these walls painted all over again.
I figured your brothers got in trouble. I forgot the story. I forgot how it ended. I figured your brothers got in trouble.
No, I tried to get myself out of it, and my brother did get in trouble.
Yeah.
My one brother, Ron, got in trouble. He's the one who got me to draw on it. He did get in trouble.
I used to fuck with my sister.
I got the shit clobbered out of it.
I didn't really fight her physically much. I used to fuck with her a lot though. I'd have my friend Brandon call and be like, "Hi Marge, this is your grandmother," and he'd pretend to have a fucking he would talk just like that, and he would pretend to have a heart attack on the phone, like I'm dying, my chest hurts.
I think the most fucked up thing I did with my sister. She was like 13, 14 years old. And that's I guess that's for a woman, that's when things start changing and shit.
Oh, yeah, they get cunty.
And that's also for, I guess, for a woman when, boys start calling the house and stuff. And it's before we had cell phones. And this one kid calls the house. He calls the house and he goes, he says, my sister's name is Nicole. And he goes, is Nicole there? And I was like, oh, yeah, she's in the bathroom now. She's been bleeding all week. And I swear to God, dude. She didn't talk to the dude again. She never even looked at the dude.
What did
she was
my sister got so mad at me once. She went to punch me, and I just sidestepped. I just stepped out of the way, and she punched a radiator, and she hurt her hand. And when my parents got home, they were yelling at me. I'm like, she was the one trying to punch me. She got the fucking anger issues. I didn't do nothing wrong. And we got another call. Robin Slim Show.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, Jules?
Hey.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing? What was the story you were telling me the other day about your brother? That was fucking hilarious.
Oh, God. Well, I'm the youngest also. As we all know, I'm a brat. And my brother was in his 20s. I had to be 12-ish, 13 maybe. Smart ass, you know, just coming up in the teenage ages. And my brother was laying on the floor in front of the air conditioning, being a bossy jerk like he usually was at that age. And I got tired of hearing him like cuss me out, so I just turned around and I had this big, long, giant curse word came out of my mouth, like a whole string of them, like the worst name you could fucking call somebody.
Homo-queersicle?
I mean, worse. Like, I call him like a cocksucking son of a bitch or whatever it was.
Cocksucking homo-queersicle.
He was so mad at me, he took a shoe and whipped it at my back as I was turning around to walk away. And I was furious. I was ready. Revenge was in my head. So I turned around and I looked at him and I ran towards him and I jumped on top of him and I pinned his arms down with my knees and I gave him a titty twister. I pinched his nipples so hard and he began to cry. A 23-year-old man was in tears,
That is amazing.
crying on the floor, and I wouldn't stop until he promised he would never touch me again. So I got up and I walked away with a bunch of sweets. And he's never, ever gave me a hard time.
Mike asked if they bled. Did they bleed?
Did you get him to bleed?
No, but they were really red.
They
They
clearly
were really red. And
clearly
my
wasn't hard
mom
enough.
was cracking up. He thought he was going to tell on me, and I would be in trouble. But my mom was like, "Listen, I told you, bastards, you better leave her alone, because one day she's going to get you." And that's what happened.
Oh, that's great.
Wow.
I know Slim's got a great story, too.
I got
got
a number
quite a
of
few.
stories, and one's particularly bad on my part, but I don't know if I want to share it.
Yeah, whatever
Why
you're
don't
comfortable
you
with.
go first, and then I have to pick one out of like the.
Oh,
20
I didn't know
had.
there was. I remember just like one or two you told me.
I have
a
a
few.
lot. I have a lot as well, but there was. I'm the youngest of three boys, and my next oldest brother is like 5 or 6 years older than me, so there's quite a bit of a gap.
Yeah, that was my sister. 6
And
years.
you know, my oldest
younger.
brother is like 7 to 8 years older than me, and the middle one's, who I don't really talk to anymore, he's had a lot of problems. And yeah, like
Sounds familiar.
problems he should be taking medicine for, but does not. So I don't talk to him anymore. But
I drink my medicine.
Yeah.
too.
He needs medicine that's much more potent than that.
Yeah.
Okay. And there were several times. There was one time where I was walking out of the house, and he was walking in the house, and he said something to me, and I sort of like raised my hand to wave at him. And he must have thought I was blowing him off, and he proceeded to chase me across a highway. Okay, I ran for my life. We lived in a court. There was about eight houses down to Washington Road, which was 4 lanes, 2 in each direction.
Wow.
And he chased me across it. The only thing that stopped him was there was a bus coming. So I ran to my friend's house. Okay? And that's not even the best one. Well, he used to fuck with me a lot. Like, he had problems. And he used to do shit and not realize it. So this is where I sort of got back at him at one point. Where, like, he was maybe like 17 or 18, and he used to go to fucking shows all the time and do stupid shit and play football. And at one point, he did something pretty horrible to his knee, and like he had a cast, and we had a machine at the house for like fucking physical therapy to his leg, and this, that, and the other thing. And there was nobody home at the time, and I guess I should feel horrible about this, but I don't. Where he needed. Something happened, and like he started calling out for me, and like there was like essentially 3 floors to our house. It was like a base. Like as soon as you walked in, there was like 5 steps up to like our living room, and then there was another staircase going up to the bedroom. So it was like kind of like a 3-tier effect. And on the bottom level, we had like a den, and that's where he was when he had his leg was in the cast and whatnot. And like something happened, and he was pissed, and he was fucking calling for me, and I just stood at the top of the stairs because he couldn't get to me. I said, "Fuck you!"
I would've threw
He's
shit at
laying.
him.
He fucking rolled out of the thing with his fucking leg bag, crawling to the steps, and I went, "Fuck you!" and went back up to my room.
That's exactly what you should have did.
I mean, seriously, this man, he was pissed at me for something. It couldn't have been anything. I can almost guarantee it was nothing. I probably said something wrong with the wrong inflection. And he was so mad at me. He was trying to crawl up steps to get to me, and I said, "Fuck you," and went up the other set of steps. And I did not want to deal with him.
I got one more story before I gotta get going, man.
All right.
Let's hear it.
Matt's got another story.
Oh, Matt's got a story.
Hold on. Rob's sitting down playing his iPhone.
Yeah, buddy.
So.
Yeah, I got one more story before I gotta get going.
What's that, bro? I farted. I blew you a kiss, Matt.
So,
He winked at you with his brown ring.
Yeah. Oh, it smells.
it
Smells good.
I had to be probably. I was probably about 11 years old.
Oh, that's
My
sexy.
sister, she was right under me. She's like 10. There's 10 months separating us, so she was like 10 years old. And you know, I spent most of my time like playing with my sister. Like me and her would play like balls or whatever. Actually, and she pissed me off for one day, and I don't even know why I did it. I don't even know how I came up with the idea. So she was sleeping the one night, and I went down to the kitchen and I took all the syrup we had, and I put it into a bowl, I guess like a mixing bowl or whatever.
Yeah.
I went to her room, and I put it next to her pillow, and I stuck all of her hair into the syrup.
Whoa!
Wow!
And she woke up, and her hair was all sticky. She was covered in syrup all over the place.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Jules had another great story about the hair, too.
Yeah, thumbs up to that one. Holy
she had
shit.
to take like 4 showers to get her hair reasonable.
Oh my god.
Wow,
She
dude.
spent-
Fantastic.
She spent probably like from like midnight to like 6 o'clock in the morning with her hair soaking in syrup.
Did you get in trouble for wasting all the syrup?
I don't. To be honest, I don't remember how it all went down. Like I know they blamed all 3 of me and my 2 brothers because they couldn't really pinpoint who did it.
Okay.
But my mom was pretty pissed. My mom was one of those penny savers. She's pretty pissed at all the syrup.
She was pissed that you wasted the syrup, but not
Yeah.
that her fucking daughter's hair smells like pancakes.
How many bottles of syrup
Guys,
did you use?
I'm gonna get going.
All right, brother.
Oh,
Thanks for
yeah.
calling, Matt.
Take care,
No
Matt.
problem.
Later.
I really wanted to know how many bottles of syrup you used.
Yeah, I think he's got to get to class.
Yeah.
Do you have a story, Slim?
I have a bunch, but I'm going to just tell this one for now. I have an older sister. She's 2 years older than me. And when we were really little, maybe like 3 or 4, I was 3, she's like 5, she used to call me a little Chinese boy. And she would grab my cheeks and like squeeze them and go, "Oh, it's my little Chinese boy, my little Chinese boy."
Okay.
And so one day I didn't want to take it anymore. I was so pissed off, and I bit her nipple, and I bit it.
Ah, was it out
I bit it
or
hard.
was it covered at
It
the
was
time?
it was covered, but I did some. But I know I did some damage. I'm pretty sure she had to go to the hospital, and
Get her reattached?
yeah, I bit her nipple fucking
Go
hard.
for the nipples. Go for the nipples.
That's what she got for calling me a little Chinese boy.
Oh,
Fuck yeah. Jules had one about the hair, too. Jules?
Yeah, I'm here. It's
Can you
kind of
tell-
hard. You guys are like breaking up. on me.
Oh, can you tell the story about what you did to your hair or what your brother did to your hair?
Yeah. Well, I thought it would be funny because my brothers wrote, they're older than me. I always try to make them laugh and stuff. I'm always like a clown. And I decided one day that I would duct tape my hair and put a feather in it to make myself look like an Indian. So I did this, and I wrapped the tape, I don't know, 2 or 3 times around my head and stuck the feather in my hair. And I remember drawing a mustache on my face, and I went in there to show my brother. He was cracking up laughing, and he goes, "And you know that that's going to hurt when you want to take that off." And I was like, "No, it's not. Shut up," you know, and I'm trying to take it off, and it's hurting so bad.
Oh, I can imagine.
My mom comes in the room. She's like, "Why is she crying?" And I looked over at her and I said, "He wrapped my head up in duct tape to make me look like an Indian. He did this to me, Mom." So she ended up beating his ass for something I did. And I was laughing. I was standing behind her and pointing at him and laughing. I was a bad guy.
Oh,
That's so great.
That's like sociopathic.
It's fucking amazing. I love it.
That's fucking fantastic.
I would slap myself for no reason and cry in the room and have my mom come in and tell her that my brother Peter did that to me.
Oh!
Just to watch him get his ass beat.
But they fuck with her too. Like she said, she's the youngest, and they did fuck with her a lot. But that's
They
fucking
did. That was the only way I had to get back at them because they were horrible to me. But I'm not an angel either, so.
Fuck, it's hot in here. I'm dying.
Yeah, probably turn
Got
the
any windows open?
No, I'll open up some windows and maybe turn the air on too a little bit more on break.
Yeah, I think we're getting ready to go. What is it, 6?
Alrighty, guys.
Thanks for calling, Jules.
Jules, before you go,
No.
how do we sound through the Skype? Do we sound alright? You said it was breaking up a little bit, but can you understand all of us? Or
You know, it might have been because I went down in the basement to pour some Kool-Aid. But I don't know. That could have been why I was moving around. But it was sounding okay when I would just like sit still in front of the computer.
Cool.
So,
okay, good. Yeah, because we've had complaints here and there. People say we're hard to hear, so I'm just trying to troubleshoot a little bit.
yeah, well, it will break up a little bit, I guess, if you're just moving around.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of reception I have in the basement, but
All right.
you guys sound okay.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
thank you. Thanks for
All
the
right, guys.
call, Jules.
Thank
Talk
you.
to you later.
Yeah, we'll
Take
talk
care.
to you.
Bye.
Bye bye.